not been clickbaited. Discipline is actually laziness, but long form of laziness. Discipline is about delaying the things that you find attractive and instead investing in a long-term goal, which ultimately reaps you the much more important reward. So I'll explain this through two examples. So consider a guy who's preparing for his entrance exams and he's doing it so that he can get into a good college. And he's currently, sidelining all the other distractions to focus on his studies. And this sounds terrible, right? Having to neglect social life, mental health, physical health for one particular goal. But I want you to look at the other guy who's not actually sacrificing anything except his studies. So what is he gaining? Well, chances are he is going to get into a probably tier three or bad college. So he's not going to earn very much, right? So this guy who studied hard, he earned more. So just by sacrificing what 2 or 3 years of his life, he's now financially secured for the rest of his life. Whereas this guy, he did enjoy those years, but on the scale of from birth to death, who actually worked harder? Probably the guy who did not sacrifice, who did not have discipline, because he had to work harder, do overtime just to make ends meet. He had a difficult time getting into relationships and everything else just because he did not earn much. That's pretty sad, but that's true. That happens. So isn't the guy who sacrificed 2 years and stayed disciplined actually the lazier one if considered long term? And I'll take another example on this. Now, I want you to consider a girl who's trying to lose weight or maybe trying to get better. It could be a guy as well, but just for variety, because the last example was a guy. So uh, she needs to obviously control desires for food, right? To eat good food, consistently work out, show up daily, even when she doesn't feel like it. And she has to do this consistently over a span of months or years, depending on it depends on her starting point. So, uh, but once she does starts improving, I want you to see the benefits that she has, right? Because now she can be more confident in social situations. She can take risks she would have not otherwise taken. She has to work less hard in many aspects of her life, and she has to fight less with herself. Her self-esteem improves. She feels more energized, both mentally and physically. She can do more work in less amount of time. Not to mention, physical fitness also helps her avoid chronic and lifestyle illnesses later down the line as she gets older. Does this dress fit or not, or anything else? Because now, though long term, compounding these small quality of life improvements, who's saving the mental hard work over the long term? Probably the one who worked hard instead of the other who did not get in shape at all. Now, obviously, I'm not claiming a very universal rule that being disciplined is always essentially being lazier when you look at the long-term effects. But I want you to change your perspective over discipline. Sometimes you're not struggling, you're not a tragic hero. You're just doing this to avoid suffering in the future. You are just being lazier than the people who claim they are lazy just because they are not disciplined.